Welcome to the classic DB review. DB Mania. The early episodes of Dragon Ball are not just about sending Goku fighting outside Mount Paotzu, but also giving him knowledge.
See? What? You got to be kidding!
This Saiyan child is never far from the house left by Grandpa Gohan, and his grandfather also doesn't give him a detailed description of some normal things. Finally, this makes Goku, who is already an alien, even more alien. So what are the normal things that Goku just learned at the beginning? Stay in DB info.
Doggone it! This bird's rock hard!
Getting to know some monsters. Don't be mistaken. The monsters in the incident that Barbie refers to are some of the big things that normal humans use. But since it was the first time Goku saw one, he clearly misunderstood.
I saw it first, so you two just stay away!
What in the world is he talking about?
The first was a car. Yes, a car. But if we look at Goku's logic, it makes sense. A car is large, has 4 round legs, and makes a roaring sound. So what else could it be if it wasn't a monster?
How did you get that monster to do what you wanted it to do?
That's not a monster, silly. That's a car.
Houses are the same. After all, they have a feature called a door and look like the mouth of a giant creature. Well, Goku has one too. But Bulma's capsule house seemed to appear out of thin air. To the child, it's a legit creature. Don't let him get inside that thing.
Get away from its mouth, Bulma! I'll protect you from this monster!
Thanks, that's noble of you.
Then a few other little things also seemed unusual. Goku couldn't help but call Bulma a witch. Obviously, because he can make things appear just by throwing a small object that he calls a dino cap. Bulma can also create bright lights inside a place. By the way, we call them electricity.
Huh? Oh!
And no less perverse, there's a small box with people trapped inside. That's Goku. The outside world is indeed very scary, although it won't be as scary as the Saiyans. And then there's one more thing that's really valuable for Goku to learn. Barbie is sure you'll love this. Learning to recognize women and balls. For Goku, there's only one type of human in the world. Human. There's not much difference in what he has. For example, a tail, Grandpa Gohan probably cut his off long ago. So what about Bulma?
You can see that for yourself, can't you?
Because it is indeed a new lesson. So what kind of human are these women? One striking thing, their buttocks also grow from their chests. At least that's what Goku thought.
Well, you look human enough, but you're different. You're thin and scrawny.
I'm a girl, silly, that's why.
Then, finally, there's the legendary scene where Goku discovers that the woman doesn't have any balls in her crotch. And he finds the perfect way to check this.
Yeah, thought so.
What a stupid kid, but that's what learning is for, right? Episodes 1 to 3 or 4 of Dragon Ball are absurd and hilarious. DB Mania would be better off watching it for themselves to bring back all those crazy memories.
I don't know what planet this kid's from, but it's not Earth.
Hello DB Mania. Dragon Ball begins with Goku going on an adventure with Bulma, of course, to find the Dragon Balls. But we're not talking about how special Goku is in this video. The MC is definitely special, because what we're talking about now is Bulma.
Oh, never mind.
To Barbie, Bulma is a crazy young girl for daring to go on an adventure to find the Dragon Balls. It's not a normal decision. Why is that? Stay in DB info.
Help! I'm having a bit of a crisis up here!
Okay, first of all, let's get to know what Bulma is like. She is a young girl with ordinary powers, but has technological support. But is that enough to decide to go on a solo adventure in search of the Dragon Balls? No. The dangers of the outside world are real and terrifying. We're talking about the fact that if Bulma hadn't met Goku, she would have died countless times in the process. If we think about it, Bulma's firearms are useless if she has to go on an adventure alone. How could they be useful? Once she's taken by the pterodactyl, she's clearly unable to do anything.
Yeah, that's it.
And someone like the bear thief isn't a petty criminal either. It's very fortunate that Bulma met Goku early in her adventure. Otherwise, she would never have been able to return to Capsule Corporation. Then, realizing that what she was doing was actually very dangerous, Bulma became even more insane. Her temper was easily ignited and her weapons were easily activated. Man, isn't that crazy? Next, Bulma would do almost anything for the Dragon Balls. As a young girl, she doesn't even hesitate to show a little beauty. Luckily, Goku was innocent and idiotic, so he wasn't affected by a pair of panties.
Pure, huh?
But Master Roshi would clearly be defeated by this. Likewise, Barbie would have the same experience. The point is, Bulma is truly abnormal. From her courage to her behavior, it's natural that Vegeta would fall in love with her later.
Should she really be moving around so much right now?
You're pretty worried about Mom, huh?
Yeah.
But what is Bulma's real motivation for doing all this? Money? She already has plenty. Power? She's the princess of the Capsule Corporation business empire. So what? The answer is a boyfriend. Crazy, right?
I wish for the most perfect boyfriend that ever lived.
So Bulma went on that dangerous adventure just to get the Dragon Balls to give her a boyfriend. How absurd. But never mind. This all just reinforces the notion that Bulma is crazy.
Relax, Oolong. Goku's strong enough to take care of some old ox.
Thanks to her craziness, Goku was brought to the outside world and will one day change the entire universe. That's more or less what Barbie has to say. Don't forget to like and comment on this video.
Let's just say that it's out of our walking distance.
Hello DB Mania. Dragon Ball. We all know what this series is going to be like. It starts as a small adventure, turns into a fight involving martial arts, and then a bombastic battle with all the explosions. So of course DB needed a powerful final boss, then introduced it in a terrifying way. However, there's an exception right at the start of the series.
Love my precious, yes!
Meet the Emperor Pilaf. Instead of being scary, he's introduced in a comedic way. Are you sure? Stay in DB info. Pilaf calls himself Emperor despite only having 2 followers, Shu and Mai. From this, we can see he's a ridiculous villain. That's right, there is a scene where he is worshipped by many people. But man, sadly it was just a dream.
Now get out of here and get that Dragon Ball if it's the last thing you do! Understand?
Sir!
So he is the person who will be the biggest obstacle for Bulma and her friends to take advantage of the Dragon Balls. Man, what a lame guy. In terms of strength, Pilaf has no special features at all. The only thing he can rely on is his considerable savings and his smart brain in engineering technology. But unfortunately, even that greatness is not matched by 2 subordinates like Shu and Mai. Because of that, in the end he didn't show any scary or strong scenes. Just comedy after comedy. What a final boss.
Telegram! Hello! Special delivery! Telegram! Hello! Is anybody home?
Basically, in the early episodes, Akira Toriyama himself was still slightly influenced by his work style in the Dr. Slump series. This influence ultimately made the Emperor Pilaf saga more steeped in comedy elements than fighting. Okay, the Emperor did almost succeed in killing Goku. But as an introduction, in the early episodes, Pilaf's attempt was a complete failure.
This window was open the whole time!
I'll open the door.
Well, basically the Emperor Pilaf saga is the first story set in Dragon Ball. For starters, Akira Toriyama himself is still looking for the right formula to make this series more interesting. Ideas naturally emerged as DB progressed. Until later, in the future, Dragon Ball will truly become the mainstay of anime manga. Let's shake the world.
なんだったんだ